Jalen, I guess for starters, what did you see was the big difference today in how the game turned out?
Obviously, the first quarter, 43-35. Just obviously not a good defensive quarter from us. Offensively, the ball was going in, but didn't get enough stops. They came with energy and physicality and set the tone for the game. And the way we responded, obviously, in the second quarter was great. And besides the last minute and a half, and then just playing catch-up from that point on.
For either one of you, you guys spent all season being a low-turnover team. 17 tonight for 20 points for them. It felt like a lot of them were unforced. Just in the moment, did you guys get the sense that just a little sloppy as a group with the ball, or was there something with their defense that sparked any of that?
I mean, a lot of them are stuff that we can control. As a team, we just need to tighten the screws when it comes to that. Just being aggressive. If there are aggressive turnovers, that'd be different. But passive turnovers is not us.
Guys, for either one of you, Indiana consistently made the extra pass tonight and converted. What are some of the things that can be done to maybe eliminate some of those backdoor cuts or some of the miscommunication we saw in the first half?
I mean, obviously, staying in our coverage most and foremost, and making sure that we're keeping one on the ball, keeping bodies on bodies. Do a better job of just not being in rotation, and yeah, that's it.
Karl, I know you were able to get back on the floor after your knee was hurting, but how's it feeling now? Do you think it'll prevent you from playing?
I'm only thinking about the loss. I'm not thinking about that right now. So, it's disappointing when you don't get a win, and we just didn't do enough to get the job done tonight.
Jalen, you guys have been so good with the backs to the wall. Now it's elimination. You're facing Thursday. Just kind of what changes or what has to change as you come back out on Thursday at the Garden?
I mean, nothing else matters at this point. I mean, you got to give it your all. It's that simple.
Karl, when you guys are enjoying such a decisive edge on the glass, even in spite of the foul trouble, does that reinforce to some degree your approach taking that into game number 5?
At the end of the day, we're really just worried about getting the win. And, I think the playoffs have shown us that sometimes statistically you think you win these statistics and you win these categories and you're going to win the game. And I think for the whole entire playoffs, not just the series we've been involved with, it's just sometimes the things that are always told to be the things that will win you the game. Sometimes it just comes down to just winning the game. And sometimes it doesn't make sense when you win the rebounding battle and all that stuff and you still find a way to lose the game. It's just there's little things that just cost us, and there's little things that change the outcome of the game, and we just didn't find ourselves on the right side of the game tonight. You say we did a great job of rebounding. We also, on the same turn, didn't do a good job with the ball and just all around. So that's just one category of many categories, that you got to win a game, and we just didn't do enough.
I know how easily, this could be for either of you, but I know how easily the series could be 2-2, and instead you guys are in a 3-1 hole. Is there something to be said for the pace this team plays at? You guys were a team that was pretty methodical throughout the regular season, that when you guys enjoyed these comeback victories, that you're making play after play after play where you guys just make the right reads and you're playing at your pace. Is there, because of the thought process of if we turn it over, that they run at the pace they do, that just the rotations that they make with their passes and stuff like that they force you guys into, that just the level of decision making with the pace they play at that makes them more difficult to play against than maybe other teams?
I know this is a copycat league, but a lot of teams have different identities. And so obviously their identities, playing fast, make or miss, run the floor, and we just gotta follow our game plan discipline. And we weren't disciplined tonight. I wasn't disciplined tonight. We just gotta be smarter. I gotta be smarter. It's really that black and white.
We all got to be better. We all got to be better for him, with him. We got to be better as a team. So it's unfortunate we all, couldn't find a way to win tonight. That we found a way in all the other series to do it.
For either one of you guys seem to find something defensively in Game 3. Just seemed today from the start, 43 points in the first quarter, bad ending the first half, early second half. Just kind of what wasn't there defensively tonight?
We didn't match their pace. I know you're going to say that, but desperation too. I think we just didn't match what we needed to do tonight to start the game, and as true fashion to our whole playoff run. We put ourselves in a deficit. We dug ourselves out the deficit, and usually you feel good about us, in a close game going into the fourth quarter, or showing that resilience. But I've said it multiple times to y'all, you get burned putting yourself in that position too many times, and tonight was one of those nights where we got burned. We put ourselves again in a deficit. You think that coming into the fourth quarter we're gonna, find that one trick to get us to the end to the end of the game with a win, and we just didn't have that magic tonight.
How much does the adversity and the challenges you guys have already been through so far this postseason serve you, help prepare you heading into back home to Madison Square Garden?
I mean, we've been a team that has kind of found a way to do the impossible when it always seemed impossible. We just keep fighting. So it's going to be a testament to our whole playoff run. Now we have to be in one of the biggest fights of our lives and of our season, and it starts with next game. So just taking it game by game. Don't look ahead. Just worry about the first quarter of the next game, and we'll deal with the rest later.
Did you guys see them do anything different to get Halliburton in space or whatnot? Just the way he was in attack mode, it seemed like maybe he was a little more aggressive. Just from your vantage point, what allowed him to have the scoring night that he did?
Yeah, I mean, he was playing in space. They all do a good job of obviously creating space for each other, and he was able to pick his spots and get to what he's going to do. And I mean, he's a great player. Simple as that. And it's on us to try and limit him as best we can. And now it's just on us to get back to the drawing board and just get ready for Game 5.
Jalen, they're throughout the series, not just today, but throughout the series, they've been using your guy as a screener for Halliburton a lot throughout the series. How do you feel like you've done on those matchups, and what in particular do you feel like you could kind of be doing to muck them up?
Yeah, not good enough. I mean, I could sit here and be very detail-oriented with you about certain things, but obviously not good enough. So there has to be a difference on my part when it comes to that.
We all got to be better for him. It's as simple as that. We all got to be better for him. It's not just him, it's all of us. I'm not going to start he's Cap. Of course, he's going to always speak with the highest regard, but as a team, we all got to do better. It's not just him, it's all of us. We all got to do a better job of making it difficult for each one of them to score. And tonight, we didn't do that as a team. Not just him, but as a team, we all didn't do it. So if you write anything, write about the team, not about anybody else singularly.
Questions?
Tom, you guys spent most of the season as a low turnover team, 17 tonight for 20 Indy points. A lot of them felt unforced. Just from your vantage point, what were you seeing there with the turnovers?
Yeah, I think it was probably a compilation of things. Yeah, the first quarter was problematic. That set the tone for the game, giving up 43 points. And then you turn it over against them, particularly the live ball turnovers. You're fueling, transition game, and we started slowly, and then we fought back, but we didn't close the half well. The last minute and a half, it wasn't good. Then we started the third slowly, and then we fought to come back, but we kept digging out of holes.
Tom, it seemed like you guys found something defensively in Game 3. Today, it seemed like every time you guys made a run, just couldn't get the stop. And I think, like you said, 43 in the first quarter. What did you see defensively that wasn't working?
Well, we knew it was going to be a fast game, so that was the priority was, defensive transition to get set. But we hurt ourselves with our turnovers, putting them in the open floor.
Tom, that was what I wanted to ask about, is that you and the players obviously have talked all postseason about the importance of 48 minutes. I'm curious, how challenging is it to make the right play, to make the right read, to make sure that you're covering the right rotation that many times over a 48-minute game against a team that plays this fast? Is it more of a challenge?
Well, I think the thing is every game is going to be hard fought. So even in tonight's game, we still had a chance at the end. So with the idea being we say 48 minutes and you're striving for that, knowing that it's impossible to get to that. You're not going to get perfection, but strive for it. Fight to win every possession. That matters. And you don't know which possession makes the difference between winning and losing in the end, but each possession is critical. So, and at the end, you obviously want to make more winning plays than they do, and we haven't done that. So, but that being said, it's get ready for the next game. So we'll look at the film, make our corrections, and just lock into what we have to do for the next game.
Tonight, what do you think of the way Mikal played against Halliburton?
Yeah, and it's not just Halliburton's a great player, and you don't guard great players in this league individually. It's your entire team, and if one guy's not doing their job, everyone's going to look bad, and so. And there's a combination of things, whether we're talking defensive transition, isolation game, pick and roll game, whatever it might be, it's everyone being tied together and moving in unison and reading the ball correctly and making the right reads. And so he got off to a good start, and it's hard when guys get confidence, particularly great players get confidence early, it's hard to slow them down. So I thought the urgency to start the game and giving up the transition baskets, that hurts you because that gives players confidence, and then your job becomes much more difficult.
Tom, transition aside, Halliburton, it seemed like even in the half court, he was kind of able to just get to his spots and pick and roll or an ISO or wherever else. Why do you feel like he was able to get there? What do you feel like defensively you guys could have done to make it more difficult?
We tried giving them different looks, so we got to just do it better. And we'll take a look at the film, make some adjustments, and go from there.
Tom, you were talking about the turnovers. I know Josh, I believe he had 5, and he was in there for most of the fourth. What were you looking for from him there, and what did you think of his game?
Yeah, just, the hustle, like making defensive transition, getting more continuity into the offense, so I thought, we scored 120 points. That's plenty of points, but our defense wasn't good enough. The rebounding was good enough, but the defense and our turnovers probably hurt us.
Tom, it seemed like they had a lot of straight line drives, that the paint was wide open. Was that a matter of trying to defend the three more, or what did you see that?
Yeah, and again, it's you're not guarding the ball individually, so you have to be in the gaps. And you also got to read whether the drive is a penetrating drive or a flat drive. And everyone's got to be tied together. So if we're giving gaps up, there's going to be seams, and so we have to do better at that.
Tom, what's your message to the team after an emotional loss like that? What do you tell the guys?
And again, it's not going to change. You go into the playoffs with the understanding of what each game is. And so after each game, you have to analyze why you either have won or lost, then make your corrections and get ready for the next game. And so the important thing is to reset, you're not playing the series, you're playing the game. So what do we have to do to win that game? That's all each game is different, and have that understanding. There's a lot of emotional highs and lows in the playoffs. You got to reset and get ready for the next game. And hopefully you've built that habit throughout the course of the year of understanding how important each game is, each quarter is, every play, how important that is as well.
Tommy, I know he stayed in the game, but Towns looked like he was really favoring that knee at the end. Is that a concern for Game 5?
Yeah, well, he was able to go back in, so that's a good sign, and then we'll see where he is after he gets evaluated.
Tom, with the new starting unit, there was a big run to start the second half. Just, what did you see from, those five on the court together?
Yeah, and there's obviously some good, but also things that we have to do a lot better. So I didn't think, we really, I don't think we had a good grouping. We started slowly, but I thought there was a stretch in the first half where we settled down and we played well. But then we didn't close the second quarter. So that, now we come in with a deficit, and then we start the third, without great energy, and you can't do that. And then once it gets to double figures, now they got more confidence. So we got to make sure that we play with the proper approach and intensity and force, and be connected.
Tom, when Josh fouled out, you went to Landry. Why'd you choose him?
Just, we wanted some more shooting just to see if we can get some more threes up.
Over Deuce?
Yeah, just a little more size, Yep.